yeah, I'll catch it in the replay. I don't know. If anyone wants to pop in, great. If not, whatever. I'm really frustrated with the whole Google thing. They're making it really hard for me to sign on my computer. Doesn't matter what I do to recover passwords. They're just not letting me in. I don't know why. I can still get in on my phone, and that's why I'm here. So, thank goodness. Sorry about that horrible thumbnail. God, I feel old with that thumbnail. Holy shit. But I am old, so what do I do? Um, anyway, I was meaning to have a great conversation with Vegmatic. I know a lot of my subscribers know who he is and love him. Um, but I didn't get to have that conversation, and it's a little bit frustrating to me because I have a lot to say about his last video on the mandates and the truckers and all that. And I used to be a truck driver, so I kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for truck drivers. And so I'm just trying to move my chat around. So if anyone comes in, hopefully I'll be able to see them. But at the same time, this one graph that I was is from the CDC. It's a valid source. Um, is the one big question I have. So, Veg, if you do come on and talk to me about it, I want you to address this one chart that's from the CDC. It's a valid source, it's a government source. So, hi, Sharyar. I can see you. Yay, someone's here. Anyway, I guess I don't need that chat box up and in my way because I can see you. Yay. Um, so this is what I wanted to, I can't like just pull it up on my screen, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to turn my phone around and show you, and I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if I can turn the screen around. Um, let's see if I can get this to show this graph. Yeah. Um, if you just search images CDC, you can find this graph. And if you look down here, natural immunity is right along with vaccines um and natural immunity together. Like it's right there. It's so close. It's ridiculous. And anyone can look up this graph. It's like it's not secret and it's part of the CDC. So the unvaccinated with previous COVID diagnosis is the little tiny dotted line between the vaccinated and the vaccinated with previous infection. So my argument is if you have had COVID before, why um, you need to get vaccinated because it doesn't help anybody else. It doesn't prevent you from spreading it. I actually got COVID from someone who is vaccinated. I've been staying home, being safe, and my roommate was vaccinated and elderly, and she got COVID and gave it to me. She gave it to my husband. She gave it to my daughter-in-law's or my son-in-law, and yeah, so 4 out of 5 people in the household got COVID, and all stem from a vaccinated person. So I don't understand why you should put a foreign body in your in foreign substance into your body. Oh my God, I'm already so frustrated. What's that? Hi, Wilma McLaughlin. I don't know what you just post. I don't know what that means, but explain maybe. I'm out to talk, but I just don't understand why people think it's okay for the government to force you to put a foreign substance in your body. And I think the left wing view is to let people have bodily autonomy, with allowing safe um, abortions and not the backstreet abortions that will happen if they illegalize abortions. I don't know, things like that. But if you look at this graph here from the CDC, it makes no sense to have those mandates. And people are losing their jobs, their livelihoods. Doctors, nurses, medical workers are getting like let go because they won't get the vaccinations because they've already had it. They already had it, and they know that natural vaccination, natural immunity is the best immunity. So, oh no, that's my stance. Just okay, argue with me. Argue with me. I love arguments. Not arguments, discussion. I love discussion. And I was hoping to have that today with VEG, but it didn't work out because I couldn't get my OBS and all that and Zoom and everything working on my computer. So here I am on my phone. And luckily I can stream live on my phone on the Natural Progressive. So I don't know why I'm here, but I really wanted to get this out. I have all kinds of stuff, notes that I took. For one, like the vaccines are just emergency use authorization. Now they're trying to give those to kids, and 71% of kids are already naturally immune. So why would you force them to take vaccinations, to go to school and all that? I don't know. And the mask mandates, as an environmentalist, that's a horrible thing because the masks are polluting everything. They're left everywhere. You can't go anywhere without seeing a mask on the ground. You can't. Um, Argue with me all you want on that. That's like a fact. Um, I'm talking to myself, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think the protesters are that bad there. I've watched hours of live streaming. I've done that with every protest, the January 6th one. I've done it with, all the Medicare for all the, I didn't trust the major media. I only trust independent media and live streaming so I can see it for myself with my own eyes. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why would you not support? Oh, you're still here. Sure you are. Um, yeah. Why would you not support a protest? Because that's the only thing we're going to get anything done in this country. And even if you disagree with what they're protesting about, I think you should support them because that is how you get anything done. You can't vote your way to get Medicare for all. And also, this protest, it okay, or the mandates, not the protests, but the mandates are going to make it harder to get Medicare for all because it's showing that government control over your medical situation. Like it's like the government gets to decide. The government gets to decide what care you get and what care you don't get. And that's scary to me. I'm sorry, but that does not help the case for Medicare for all. Canada has a national healthcare system, and it's going to make that national healthcare system look really, really, really bad if we're, you know, being forced to get vaccinations. Sorry, I got a phone call that I'm going to decline. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, Medicare for all, like the biggest Republican argument against Medicare for all is that the government will be in charge of your health care. These mandates are doing just that. Fuck, stop it. Sorry, my husband keeps calling me, and I'm like, oh, I'm going live on my phone. He knows I'm live. I don't know why he's doing that. Anyway, am I talking to myself? I don't know. Anyway, the biggest thing that they're doing is on the major media, the legacy media, the corporate media, is they're saying that there's offensive flags, there's swastikas, and there's um, I'm sorry, I have a mental deficiency. Um, Confederate flags and all that, but they were asked to leave by the protesters, so it's not like they're welcome there. That's not what the protest is about, and they made that very clear to all the protesters. So I don't see that argument as valid. Um, but anyway, I think we should be supporting protests in general because they are trying to make protests illegal. They're trying to make anyone who's a protester a terrorist. They're trying to label them as that, and that is not cool. I mean, if they give up now, if they just went home, I was really disturbed to see Paul Beckwith like ripping the protesters. Or he's like, well, this is all going to end anyway. It's all going to end anyway. So why are you still here? You got your message across. They didn't get their message across because nobody in the government actually sat down and talked to them. So they didn't get their message across at all. And so I think they need to stay there until at least they get a seat at the table and get to talk out their differences and have it public and have other people listen so they can hear. They have scientists behind them, they have doctors, and the science is actually on their side. So I am, I'm sorry, I disagree with VEG. I love him, I respect him. I know he has all the best intentions of the world, and we have a disagreement, but I would like to work that out as human beings. Um, he didn't like, this is all my fault that this didn't happen. So it's not like he's chickened out of this conversation at all. It's like he's a good guy, and I know we can talk it out like humans because he's very, very reasonable, and hopefully I am too. Um, but no, I'm not going to keep this long because I really like two-way conversations. I hate one-way conversations. I really like to have questions and answers and go back and forth. I like the back and forth stuff. And yeah, this is so one way. I hate it. But I just wanted to be before it doesn't matter anymore. I just wanted to get a little bit of what I'm thinking out there. I mean, the towing companies, the Paul Beckwith, when he was yelling at the truckers, is like, and he was yelling at the police, why don't you just tow all these trucks away? The tow truck drivers that tow diesels are truckers. And if you have ever been in that industry, you understand that your whole life is in the cab of your truck. And if you're not like me, that I don't really give a crap about whether I interact with people or not, generally speaking. I'm kind of a loner. I like to hang out by myself. But the truckers, a lot of them like to be social. They like to get out of their truck once in a while and stretch and move and stuff. And they're not able to do that.
Darren the Spectrum called me.
Okay, honey. Well, I'll talk to you in a minute. I love you. Anyway, they're not able to do that. They're not able to get out and stretch their legs and they have to get their meals and put and eat them in their trucks. And then the Vax Pass is just the biggest insane thing, invasion of privacy ever, because they have to get this QR code app on their phone and it actually tracks them. Like, that's Big Brother as can be. And I just can't go for that. I just can't. It's Big Brother. It's not a progressive view. It's just not a thing that you should be supporting. Anyway, I think I got most of my points across, but you have to disrupt to make change, and the electoral system isn't going to work. And if we don't support this protest, we're not supporting any protest for Medicare for all or anything else. I mean, they have shut down every other protest that we've all tried to support for real change. So I think we could make allies out of a lot of these people and make them realize that we're not the bad guys, because we do support freedom. Freedom isn't owned by the right. It's not. It's not owned by the right. So um, I'm hoping that we can get together on workers' rights, and this is a workers' rights issue. A lot of people have gotten fired. Healthcare workers. Okay, I got to go off on that one for real quick. Healthcare workers have gotten fired from their jobs, even though they've been previously infected and have natural immunity. They've been fired from their jobs because they're not willing to put a foreign substance that's emergency use authorized only. They don't want to put that in their bodies. So doctors and nurses and, you know, all kinds of medical workers have been fired from their jobs, and then they complain that there's not enough healthcare workers to take care of the need for this virus. The most immune people, the vaccinated people, or not that naturally vaccinated from natural immunity, are being fired, all because they don't want a foreign substance that hasn't been tested properly. It's emergency use authorization only, and they're getting fired from their jobs. And I don't think that's right at all. And I am rooting for the truckers. I'm sorry. I am. So, um, maybe that'll make me unpopular with a lot of people, but I just think it's the moral way to go, a bodily autonomy, freedom way to go, and that is my values. Always has been my values, always will be my values. So, anyway, like it or not, it's all good. um, yeah, so no one's talking. So, um, I guess I'm alone here. I guess Veg was right. No one would listen to this conversation anyway. So, it's all right. It's okay. But love you guys. I've missed all you guys. I'm really sad that more people weren't here. But yeah, everything got messed up. I'm just not good at this kind of thing. Anyway, I don't know how to end this on this. Oh, shit. Uh, okay, I'm going to start streaming. I guess that's how you do it. All right. Bye, guys.